What's up, guys and gals, and welcome to episode number 4 in the succession game of Rimworld between Blitzkriegsler, AdlingtonT, and EnterElysium. And my name is SplatterCat, and I'm bringing up the caboose today. I'm the last person in the chain, so after this episode, it will be headed back to Blitz. Now, when I was approached to do this succession game series, I was like, hey, you know what, guys? You have like this awesome group of LPers here who are all good at Rimworld. I'm kind of the odd man out because I'm really bad at Rimworld. Like, my Rimworld series is mostly just like me joking around and ending in a fiery death with people running around with like their hair on fire. And basically it never turns out well for me. And they were like, oh, it's all good. And so, taking that into account, I feel as though I'm kind of, if this was like the Planeteers from Captain Planet, I would be Heart. Like, I would have the monkey on my shoulder right now. And so, basically, you've gone from like the professional Rimworld players, now you're in the realm of like the court jester. And so today what I'd like to do is, they have so helpfully, I think Adlington, or somebody did all this anyways, Adlington passed the game to me, and these are all labels. So this is apparently supposed to be a prison pretty soon. So we'll think about that. This is labeled as a stone crafting and housing area. Let's take a look at the map we got here. Okay, so we got some muffalos. Looks like they've added random houses around. I do want to specify that it's probably been a good 2 patch cycles since I played the game last. So any new systems that are in place, I'm just going to go and just run around crazily not knowing what's going on. It'll be okay though. It'll all work out. That's basically the giant moral of the Nerd Castle here, is that it will work out. It looks like we got another geothermal vent right there. It's a little far off for us to capitalize on. Pretty good. I like that ore mine right there though. That's pretty cool. And then down here, oh good, and that explains, so Adlington this morning had emailed me, and he had sent me a package through the mail that was like gift wrapped, and it was just a thing of lube, and that actually makes a lot more sense now given the context. So it appears as though we have an invasion coming, a very well-armed invasion. This game is on Randy Random right now, so there's no telling exactly what's going to happen given any given circumstances, but I think that, so as long as we can get him. What kind of guns do we have? Let's go take a look. Let me get myself briefed here. I've spent all day unbriefed, and so I really am feeling, basically there's a breeze in the room right now. I haven't briefed myself entirely. It's been one of those lazy like summer days where you're like, well, no undies today. I'm just gonna fly with it, let it go. We've got 2 prisoners that are available, and I need somebody. Why did I didn't draft everybody on purpose, I swear. I need to prioritize fixing that turret. It appears to have grown a rather large red lesion that needs to be taken care of. So let's send Hirohito over, or whatever her name is, and she can go ahead and get it fixed. Heath is down here with the on-field like a badass covering her. They've all been shot a couple of times, which is very unfortunate. Things aren't going well in a society when everyone has bullet wounds. I think it'll probably be okay. It looks like we're going for some kind of gibbet cage strategy. Let me slow the game down slightly. It looks like we're going for a gibbet cage strategy to keep people fearful and on our side. Now, neither of these prisoners has been flagged yet, and we can't technically flag him to be recruited anyways. I was going to say, they haven't been flagged to be recruited. We can't do it with him just yet because the warden won't come in and talk to him because he's trapped on the opposite side of the wall right here. This is his actual prison cell. What we need to do is we either need to let him break out of prison, or the B part is that he needs to go back to his room. And so seeing as he's gone back to his room, we should now be able to, let's go ahead and I'm going to try and recruit these guys. I don't know if that was inside the plan of what everybody else had going, and that's kind of one of the funny things about doing these collaborative videos, that you never quite know what anybody else is doing, but I always go for as many people to be recruited as possible, so I'm going to stick to that and just hope that it works out in my favor. Up here on this side is probably where I'm going to spend most of the episode. It seems as though a lot of the preliminary stuff in setting up a Rimworld colony has already been taken care of, so we've got like an orbital beacon, we've got a comms console. We've got, like, everything is taken care of right now, so I don't think there's too much to be concerned with. Nutrient paste dispenser, they got a place to eat. So, yeah, it looks like things are queued up and things are moving along. And as soon as this invasion comes in, I'll start thinking about what I want to do with some of the other areas of the map. Now, we don't necessarily know, it's going to be right now. Right as I say it, just to make me look foolish, the Raiders are going to rock on in and try and take me out. Let's speed the game up slightly. I'm going to have everybody take defensive positions down here. And I'm going to have, let's see, I'm going to put Hodge back behind this defensive cacti, this lovely placed, spiky, protruding plant that can defend us from bullets. That's a pretty good cactus if it can stop a bullet. As someone who hangs out with cacti a lot, that's a pretty cool cactus. Let's make sure that, like, what we need, it's because it's selecting the squirrel. Sometimes it gets confused when you have 2 things on top of one another, but what am I telling you this for? If you came here from Adlington, or like EnterElysium's channel, or Blitz's, you already know like everything there is to know about Rimworld, so I should probably just get back to like the jingle bell hats and fart jokes. The guy that we need to kill is Galloway. He cannot be allowed to like survive, so the second he's in range, I need everybody firing at Galloway that can possibly be putting rounds on him. So we want Hodge to be firing there. Hirohito, you're going to be firing over here. John's probably out of range for just another second or two, but we need him to be dead long before he ever gets up to the front. The reason being is that hand grenades inside Rimworld are kind of one of those problems where you're just like, damn it. Like, they are the worst thing ever. And so Maddox is now running up on us from the left. I'm going to have Heath, and actually, no, I'm not. How damaged is the turret right now? My guess is that Maddox is going to die pretty spectacularly from running up on us like that. It's a pretty risky gamble. I'm going to have Hodge come out of there, and she's actually going to fix the turret. There you go, Hodge. Block it with your girth. You can do it. Act as a human shield. I believe in you, Hodge. And so Hodge is now keeping an eye out. Ooh, Kiyu. Ooh, okay. So Kayuneke is now up, and I call him Nikki for short. Are there any guns laying around here? Because we need to get him armed. That's my primary... there's grenades right there. Okay, so there's no guns. Just leave him off the... whatever, it's fine. He doesn't need to be drafted right now. He can get some more sleep. He's like, but you already woke me up, dick. So, yeah, I'm that guy in the middle of the night that's like, hey, you okay down here? You alright? Let's go ahead and make sure. I'm going to have Heath... Given how many of them there are, how are we doing on damage here? Are they like about to go down? We got 21 health right there, 64 on Diva the Luddite. Akio and Shang, God no, they're actually doing fairly well. They're not down at all. I would prefer not to lose a turret right now, so I really am trying to prioritize keeping the turrets alive. Unfortunately, they keep landing like direct shots on it. Can Hiroto repair it? Okay, so Hiroto, go block it with your lack of girth. It's your turn. Make sure that the turret survives. It's not even like they're shooting at her. She's just catching like stray bullets in the side of the head. And so if she can heal that thing all the way through this assault, I think we're going to be alright. Okay, so there's another guy down. I'm going to have John flank on this side. A little bit of XCOM action, like who's in the bushes, red team, go. Heath is taking long shots with the Enfield, and we've got Akio right here who's ready to go. No mercy. Annihilate them. Destroy them. Shower them with lead. That doesn't seem like it would bathe you very well. I had a lead brick at my house when I was a kid that used to just like sit up against the wall. You shot your own man, turret. What are you doing? You need better targeting protocols. Anyways, let's get everybody out of here. I'm going to unflag all the guns, and so all the guns have been unflagged. We don't have a place for Akio just yet. All of our prison cells are full. I don't know what this is supposed to be right here. It's just another stockpile. What have they enabled this for? Manufactured goods. Okay, so things like med kits and syringes and all that kind of fun stuff. I've noticed that there are a lot more like things added to the game right now. There's like factions and all kinds of crazy stuff, and it looks like all of them hate us, which is very, very concerning. That's not a good thing. I tend to like, I want people to like me, like deeply. I deeply, deeply down want everybody to like my society. And unfortunately, this just doesn't fly. As the class clown of the area, I feel as though we've got some definite work to do. I gotta stick some pencils up our nose or do something to make this work. So since we've got a little bit of time on our hands, I'm going to slow the game down a tad, and let's queue up a couple jobs. So it looks like they stuffed the Muffalo into the cage, which is impressive. I mean, apparently somebody is just disregarding all manner of just form and physics right there, and they're shoving a square peg or a Muffalo-shaped peg into a round hole or a Muffalo peg into a square hole. We need some more graves, so let me get those going first. So I think those are under our buildings menu. And so I think I'm just going to drop a whole bunch of those down here in the sand to get rid of those bodies so they're not making us feel all depressed. You're like, oh my god, I've stepped over this dead body like 5 times on the way to the mess hall. What in the F? So anyways, those are in place. The next thing that I want to do is we actually want to continue putting gibbet cages down. If that's going to be the strategy that we are attempting to adhere to, then let us adhere to it. We're going to try super hard to just kind of stay in that state of mind. So we'll put one right there. Basically, I'm just going to try and add a little bit of gibbet cage symmetry. It's important to be artistic with your gibbet cage placement. We've got plenty of dead bodies to go around. She's trying to feed him metal. Oh, never mind. She's taking it off to the stockpile. Be like, here is delicious copper. Stick it in your gob and be happy, filthy prisoner. And now we need to, like, arrest him. No? Alright, well, Nikki needs a gun. So, Nikki, go get yourself a firearm, and then maybe, like, kick him in the face a few times and kind of end his misery. Because he's just laying there squirming on the ground. Look at him. He's just, like, he's doing, like, this little, like, baby papoose thing where he's just, like, moving. But he's got no arms. It's not like he can get back up. I mean, he's at a major disadvantage when it comes to, like, simple activities like standing up, so... Hirohito is over here taking care of all of our grave digging sites, and all we can hope for now with Randy Random, I don't personally typically play on Randy Random because Randy Random is mean and he's unkind and he's sort of an asshole. So we appear to have tons of food, so I'm not going to worry about food right now. Basically, I think a lot of the things that need to get done are just going to be related to organizing. I think I should probably put in another turret or two, although I don't know if, what is this, a mysterious blight has destroyed your crops. Well, definitely our crops just got rickrolled or something, so let's go ahead and I'm going to put in a couple more turrets to say that I did, because I don't know. Previously there was a bug in one of the versions, at least the last time I played, there was a bug where if you put in turrets it would spawn too many raiders. I don't know if that bug still exists. In any case, we're just going to put turrets all over the place and just hope that it works out. This appears to be some kind of sandbag fallback kill zone, but I don't know if it's supposed to be populated with turrets, so I'm not going to take the initiative and put like turrets all around this or something, so that when they walk through the door they get annihilated. I don't know if that's what people want to do or if that's how it's going to turn out. And so this is my first Succession game as well. So I don't know how the etiquette works for a Succession game. Like, do I just do whatever I want and just be like, meh, you guys will be fine, don't worry about it? Or do I just kind of think about other people's feelings right now? And so I'm going to try and be empathetic and think about other people's feelings. Although I think I might end up losing an M right there and just winding up pathetic. So let's... Oh, everybody's sleeping. Good. Well, since everybody's sleeping, get some health back, little darlings. Especially you, Hodge. You lost a lot of your... I mean, I tried to use somebody girthy to block the turret with their body. It's called the SplatterCat weight loss program, where I put you in front of a firing line and we just shoot the weight off of you. It's been very popular thus far in some more masochistic societies. But in this colony, not so much. They aren't big fans. Yo's appears to be... He's probably starving right now, would be my guess. Yeah, his food's got to be pretty low. Unfortunately, what I need to do right now is I need to right-click him and give an arrest order so they'll take him out of there and put him back up and treat him like a jailbreak prisoner. However, they aren't doing it. So actually, the better course of action may have been to have captured him and just allowed Yos to starve. I'm not sure. It could have gone either way, and I feel as though I may have made the wrong decision. Kiyoniki is moving things around, hopefully getting a turret set up. Oh, they're setting up that. Okay. I'm really, really worried about Randy Random. That's one of those difficulties that typically gives me a lot of trouble, or, I mean, honestly, it can be kind of docile sometimes. I've played Randy Randoms where nothing happens ever, so you just never know. You're just kind of hanging out waiting to see what occurs, and I'm really hoping we don't get any more Raider strikes. We could use a little bit of time. The base is very well set up, so I will say that about my predecessors. Fugak Lin has bailed out on us. Okay, well, later, Fugak Lin. We've gotten a cluster of cargo pods. Let's go ahead and jump to the location. What is this? Uranium, not the sort of thing that I personally would bring back to the base, but you know what? Maybe we'll get mutant powers or something out of it. You never know. We might be able to shoot like lasers out of our eyes. We might end up like Jubilee, just firing sparkles all over the place. I'm not really sure. Stuffing dead guys into cages as usual. Always business as usual here at the Order. And I think what I'm going to do now, well, I don't know. It's kind of like one of those little things where you contemplate briefly what you should be doing. We need to be working up here to the top corner, I think. So what I'm going to do is let's go ahead and slap in some walls right here. I like to slap in my walls. Other people apply their walls in a manner which fits them. For me, I feel like slapping is the way to go because I'm just not very manly. I'm just, and then the wall goes into place. And so there it is. And in putting that there, go ahead and speed the game up for a minute. They're all eating. Okay, that's fine. It looks like grass flies everywhere every time they eat. And what, like, with the way the potatoes look, I think it's supposed to be crates full of potatoes, but it always looks like ice cream on top of a piece of bread to me. I mean, I would take that over just like a raw potato, but you know what? It'll work out. It'll all be okay. The walls are now in place, and so we want to think about how this is going to become a place where people can live. Because as of right now, what is this? A group from Clown's Village are visiting the colony. Okay, well, thank you for that. I don't know what we're going to do aside from, like, point and laugh. I don't know if I want to trust anybody from Clown Village. Seems like, Hodge, what in the hell are you doing? Hodge's, apparently the potatoes that were way out here looked way more delicious than the potatoes that we already had, so she went out to go get those potatoes. They were sparkly or golden or something, I don't know. So what we need to do here, I'm going to consider, I'm kind of looking at the layout of the architecture right here and trying to visualize in my brain what I want to do with this. So it's kind of oddly shaped. I'm not sure what's going on there. We need to make some work orders for some stone, so let's do that first. Make stone blocks to, let's see here. And so you have, okay, so we have it set to 120, although it doesn't appear as though we have any. Well, I suppose that'll work out. Nobody's actually, like, doing the job right now, so hopefully we'll see somebody jump in there. But the bill is already there. Make stone blocks to 120. It is in position, so hopefully it occurs. I don't see any stone blocks in either of our stockpiles. It's not showing up in our readout at the top left. A little rainstorm coming in. Okay. So a Muffalo has gone mad and will attack everyone that it sees. I don't think that's going to affect us very much because, simply put, the Clown Village people should act as human meat shields for us. They're also dodging lightning bolts right now, which is impressive. Very agile folks. High dexterity scores, like dexterities of like 22, where they've got like a +4 going on. Whatever it is. I mean, I don't know. And so there it is. They're going to shoot the Muffalo to death long before we ever get there. And if we get really lucky, Snotface will get knocked out and we could save him, but it doesn't look like we're going to get lucky. So there's our first turret. And what I'm going to recommend is, because our connected rate is 1250, we have 3600 right there, I'm actually going to deactivate these while we're just sitting around so that nobody's worried about them, so that we don't have to think about it. Now, let's take a look at this location up here, and let's get to digging some rock, because I'm a geologist in real life, so this is what I do. Like, digging stuff is what I am formally trained to do. If I can dig some stuff, then I am a happy, happy man. So I want this to be... well... it's so oblong and strange right now. I don't know how I'm going to fix this. Definitely a little bit weird about how I'm going to fix this. I think our best course of action, and I know why, it's because they're trying to get the metal out of the walls, and that's understandable. I think what I'm going to do, well, in the absence of stone bricks, let's see if we can't get those made right now. Like, I'm just going to say, just make some stone bricks, and then maybe go to... who do we have on crafting here? I haven't even looked at... we got things lined up. Nobody else has any crafting skill that I can tell. No discernible crafting skill anyways. So they're all much like me. I think I'm going to have the engineer jump on down, and I'm actually going to move some of his stats around for just a second to make sure that Nikki gets in there and makes us some stone blocks, because we have way too many jobs that are just hanging around, and I would absolutely hate to pass off this game and just be like, here you go, and they'll be like, what did you do during your 22 minutes? I'm like, well, mostly I made jokes and acted like a total dipshit, but I did do something. Like, I tried to complete the walls anyways, and so there it is. He's gonna start carving it up right now. I'll try and put all of those designations back where they go before we give this off to Blitzkriegsler in the next episode. And so there it is. Now we can actually finish the jail cells. So what we need to do now, let me see if Hirohito can haul this guy off. There it is. Okay, so now we can make this happen. And so now he's back in his proper place, and the wardens should be able to attempt to recruit him so he's not starving to death. We fixed a problem right there where he got trapped outside his own jail cell. Now it's all fixed, though. There's nothing to worry about. A trade ship is passing nearby. Rat Lord Interplanetary, they sell slaves. Alright, and then the group, there's a lot of people. Did we set up next to like the Clown Village Highway or something? Because there are a whole lot of clowns walking around. It was like making balloon animals and shit, just driving everybody crazy, scaring all the little kids. We do have little kids. There's like somebody here who's like 15 when I was looking through all of their little bios. But anyways, we've got that building done now, which I'm pretty pleased about. At least we completed something so that nobody can be like, what the hell did SplatterCat do with his time? And what I do want to do up here is get going filling in some space. So I think what I'm going to endeavor to do now is, let's go to our structural menu. I'm going to put in stone walls to fill in some of these gaps, and it's a little bit of a waste to do it like this, but you know what, I'm OCD about stuff like this, and we've got to keep this, let's go like so, I think. And if I can get this, well, let's not do that. Let's not. I'm going to work with what I have here. I guess I could just kind of just put little hovels in here and it'll just like work. Let's go ahead and play around with that idea. So I'm going to mine this wall out. We need to be careful about cave-ins right now. Let me make that a little bit more precise. Add a little bit of precision here. We don't want so many degrees of freedom. A squirrel has gone a karekre. It is attacking everyone that it can see. Luckily, bad eyesight on squirrels, so you should be okay. And then what I want to do here is structurally, let's get going with some walls. So I'm going to put in some stone walls right there. And we're just going to turn this into like a central stone crafting and housing. Yeah, I get that feeling. So this is going to act as kind of a support beam so that I can keep mining this out, and we'll put it in another room, and we'll kind of make like a big circular room right here, I guess, with like a hallway in the middle so that if anybody else wants to expand it out that they can. And then what I'd like to do right now is we need one metal wall in here to make this work a little bit better. And then we'll also put in a A simple door versus a power door? The simple door is new. I don't know. I don't think we need a powered door. That seems like it might be a little bit too much, and it drains power, so whatever. Let's go ahead and put a simple door in, just so I can learn what a simple door does. It's a door that is not so good at the mathematics. So, once that's all finished off, we should have enough. Well, we don't have a ton of stone blocks right now. I'm just kind of riding this thing out at the moment. I'm really sort of hoping we don't get any more raider invasions, because there are all kinds of scary things in this new edition. There's like cavemen that throw rocks at you. Just lots of bad things that can happen. And to be fair, Rimworld was never a game where a lot of good things happen anyways. If we picked up the uranium, wise decision there. A trade ship, bear export, and we got brown bear export, and we've actually successfully recruited Yos, which means that I would suggest very strongly that we drop another bed in here. And so that's what I'm going to do. We've got ourselves another hand on deck. Yos, what are you good at? Let's take a look at Yos, and he's pretty good at shooting. He's not too damn bad. He's a wild child / alcoholic trucker. He's not a wild child, he's 54. But anyways, a wild man. But he needs a firearm right now, so let's go ahead and get him strapped in. Oh, he's going to fist fight a squirrel first. Okay, well, never mind. Get yourself inside. Let's go ahead and draft him and see if we can't jump past the squirrel. Give him a little bit of help here. And then we'll have John come out and deal with the squirrel. Yo's health is a little low. That's why I have it set up that way. He's going to sit and repair the door. Apparently you can repair a manual door. Maybe it's a metal door. Maybe I'm thinking wood or something. But hopefully John can get down in here and handle this guy. Is it dead already? Oh wow, he one-shot it. What a badass. What a guy. What a pal. What a slavering animal. So let's go ahead and grab Yos and equip a pistol over here, because he is very, very good at shooting. So I feel as though he's probably going to be of major help in the future should we find ourselves getting into any shootouts. With the bricks we have remaining, there goes our first room. I don't know if... We have a lot of metal, but I'm not sure that we have enough for me to really fully enact the sort of plans that I've been thinking about here. I would like to carpet this area, put in carpet and get it going, but once again, it's one of those cases where I sort of feel as though I should probably defer to other people as to what I should be doing. Let's go ahead and do it. I'm just going to do it because we only have one anyways, and with our metal situation, I think we're looking okay. So I'm going to go with green carpet because it makes me happy. I'm going to set the precedent here. So we'll put in green carpet, and then we also need to run some conduits. This is probably going to be pretty inefficient. Just a little word of warning here. So we'll throw some lighting in there, we'll throw a bed in there, and that'll be one of our first localities that people can rest and relax in. And then I also wanted to check out the new trading system because I've heard that they've changed it around. So let's go talk to Ratlord for a minute and see. I've heard that things are a little bit different as of right now. Okay, so you can sell directly from the stockpile at this point, which is kind of cool. I suppose we'll go ahead. Oh, I bought one. Damn it. Well, I'm feeling foolish. Let's... Hold on here. Let's see what's going on. I've actually made... Sorry about that. I've wasted some silver here. Luckily, we have over 1,000, so 35 silver isn't going to murder us. Still, welcome to the Nerd Castle. These are the sort of slips that I make. Does not deal in slaves. Interesting. Well, they do have an L15 LMG. That's pretty badass, and it would be helpful. We don't have enough money, though. Somebody needs to haul silver back. We've only got 39 silver chilling. Where is our 1,000 silver at? I'm assuming it's probably somewhere out in the middle of the boonies out here. Let's find out. Silver? We should note that calling out for silver, being that it is an inanimate object, typically is not the best way to get silver's attention. Mostly the way that you want to get silver's attention is to pay attention to gold. It's got like an inferiority complex, and it will act upon it. And so in getting our first room done over here, they've put in the carpets. Let me go ahead, and I'm approaching the end of my series of the episode. And so what I'm going to do is let's go ahead and put the priorities back where they were. My name is SplatterCat. Thank you so much for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for my little section of the Succession game that I have going with AdlingtonT, EnterElysium, and Blitzkriegsler. I look forward to seeing you all, I suppose, in 4 more episodes. We'll see where this thing is at. I will see you there. Take care out there, everybody, and I hope you stick around. Bye, guys.